Sleeves here with the Senior Pickleball Report, powered by Active Blend and brought to you by Vare. Let's get it going. Today we catch up with Taylor. She's been on the show before. Fantastic woman doing a lot of things out there. Phenomenal player, World Cup gold medalist. She's got her own podcast going. She's got her own clinics going, coaching, a nonprofit. You name it, Taylor's out doing it. And she's a true ambassador for the sport. And I enjoyed my conversation with her. And we both use Active Blend, so check out Active Blend supplements. Keeps us on the court, keeps us going. All right, folks, let's get to that talk with Taylor. T2. So let's talk about, obviously, active. You are about as active as a person as they get. You are not an easy person to get a hold of because you are out doing it. You are obviously, you're running Picklemania. You are playing in the World Cup. You are playing in the National Pickleball League, which has just changed its name to, I believe, the Champions Pickleball League.
Champions Series Pickleball.
Series Pickleball League. Gotcha. And yep. Plus a million other things. They're coaching. You got a YouTube channel. Talk to me about the World Cup, though, because that is a international event. And, well, you won gold.
Yes, we did. Go USA.
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me because watching the Olympics, and it's always cool to see these international competitions, and you were part of one, and you were at the top of the podium at the fort.
It was.
Talk to me about it.
It was an absolutely, for so many reasons, it was an absolutely unbelievable experience. The first being that my female partner and I qualified. We had to play in the qualifier in August, and we were fortunate enough to win that. So that guaranteed us a spot on the team. And we had never played together. Steve Rose, who is unbelievable and runs all the World Cup stuff with the guy that's the Peruvian guy that kind of helped get it started. He put us together. He just Facebook messaged me and said, I've got a partner for you. So we'd never played together. We are now partners. I'm hoping we're even going to be on an NPL team or a CSP team together. But for that reason. So then the second reason was I wouldn't have even been able to play if I had a really high duper. So I want this to be a message to lots of people out there. Having a low duper is not always a bad thing. I mean, right? So you had to have under a 5.5. And I think probably the reason is that the international pickleball is obviously picking up dramatically, as we know.
Yeah.
But the USA pickleball is very high level, and we're kind of ahead of some of these other countries.
Right.
And so that was a blessing, right? And so that's why I always tell people, like, don't worry about it. Something good will come out of having a low duper, I promise. And then the next biggest part of it was the people. I mean, getting to play, we played Australia, we played Italy, we played Canada, we played Israel, we played, all these, there were like, 60 something countries represented in this one event. And we killed it. We killed it. The juniors won, USA juniors won.
Right.
Under 51 and over 50 won.
Wow.
So I was really, really proud. I mean, and to be able to represent the United States, I've done a lot of pickleball stuff.
Yeah.
But getting to represent the United States in a pickleball event was just a total dream come true. I mean, really.
I mean, not a lot of people get that opportunity to represent their country in anything, let alone is something that you absolutely love and clearly you have an invested interest in with the work you've done.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it gets much better than that. I mean, not only competing in that, I would have been thrilled just to have been a part of it, of course, but then to win the gold.
Right.
And we had just won, and we all went to the stadium court at the fort, which, by the way, if you haven't been there, anybody, you got to go. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's really so cool. And so we all went to the stadium court where the juniors were finishing up. And so we were there when they won, and it was like, it being it felt like we were at the Olympics.
Right. Well, you
And
sort of were.
we sort of were, right?
Yeah.
And so I just, everything that has happened since I learned um, what pickleball, I mean, nobody where I live knew anything about pickleball
Yeah.
when I first started, and everyone thought I was crazy and had, like something wrong with me when I would say like, "What? Listen to this new game I'm playing," you know?
Yeah.
And now, of course, to be in a World Cup situation with a game that didn't exist in my hometown or anywhere near me,
Right.
it was just really surreal. And I'm so grateful. My team was amazing. The venue was amazing. Um, I hope I can qualify again. I mean, who knows? By the time the qualifier comes around again, all these up and coming whippersnapper 50 plus people, I might not, but maybe I'll get to be the coach or something one day, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty awesome. And then to have also on top of that had an NPL championship,
Right. You're just
was
winning. That's what you do. That's what T2 does, people. She
thank
just
you.
wins.
I'm really, really so sweet of you to say that. You know what? I just think if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. We can all
Yeah,
do
well,
anything we want to
clearly
do.
you have. And I mean, the stuff you've pulled off literally in the last sort of calendar year plus, um, most people just dream about, and you're doing it. And then obviously you're doing some other things too. You're coaching now. You got a pretty good presence online with your coaching, and
That's new. That's
yeah,
just
and that's new. So
barely.
talk to me about that.
Okay, so we just decided to branch out a little bit. Well, what happened was, um, this man, a friend of mine who takes lessons from me, said, "I've got a new guy that wants to take some lessons and needs some lessons." I was like, "Okay, great." Well, turns out he owns like 10 businesses, and he wanted to start doing marketing for these different businesses.
Yeah,
So he started a marketing company on top of all the other businesses that he already had, which I was like, "Okay, I think you're my kind of person, right?" Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. So he just sort of, after a couple lessons, he kind of took me under his wing and was like, what do you think about doing something new and different and branding yourself in a little different way and using I absolutely love teaching.
Yeah.
And I got away from it some when we started Picklemania, although we were going into the,
Right.
under-resourced communities and teaching, but it had gotten to the point where I had trained enough people to do the teaching part for me
Yeah.
because I was trying to continue to grow the business and raise money and all of that. And so I realized how much I love teaching, and I had, um, I've been part of certification organizations, and I've done a lot. So anyway, he just said, let's just see what happens. And so he literally like took me under his wing. We did a filming session a week or so ago. We're going to do another one next week,
Uh-huh.
and we're
Exciting.
kind of going in this direction with T2 pickleball.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, you have the personality to do stuff online as well. Obviously, you're going to be a great teacher because you've taught and you're engaging. But there's another aspect to this, and that is being a personality in front of a camera, which you have, and not a lot of people
Thank
have
you.
that. Even the people that do this and do podcasts and do coaching, I don't know if it's something you can teach. I think you can teach it to a point, but you either have sort of that charisma and that people are gravitating towards you or not. And you definitely have it. Plus, you have the best name ever for it. Well, maybe second best. Sleeves is pretty good, but
Sleeves is pretty good. Yeah, pretty
but
good.
I think you're built for it.
Well, thank you for saying that. And I can't tell you how much that means to me coming from you because it's a little bit scary.
It is.
Like I've always known that I love being in front of people and I
Yeah.
love being with people, and people are one of I have three passions outside of like, the obvious family, and they're pickleball, people, and puzzles. I'm obsessed with jigsaw puzzles. I always
Which is
have
why you're
one
good at
going.
pickleball.
Well, it could be. It's true because it is. It's like that chess
You
game.
got to solve it. You're correct.
That's
Yeah.
right. So I've always known that I love being with people and in front of people, but it's a new dimension for me, new aspect being on the camera or
Yeah.
in the front of the phone or
For sure.
whatever. And so, and my friend has been so encouraging, and hearing that from you makes me feel so good because it's kind of a little bit of a leap for me to put myself out there like that. And I'm proud. I've got a lot of work to do. I've been assigned some new videos that I need to make and stuff. And I probably am dragging my feet a tiny bit, but you might have just pushed me over the edge. Thank you for saying that. Because now I can like
Yeah,
truly believe that I can do it. And
you
I know
can.
I
You
can,
just
and
got
I
to
have
let
a
loose.
great time I mean, it's fun,
Oh,
but
for sure, for sure. And you'll know, you'll forget about the camera very
yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
And you'll just be you. And I have no doubt you will be one of the forces of nature in pickleball content sooner than you
Thank you.
probably think. And then I'll just say this: careful what you wish for.
I know, right? Because then does it just, is it just overwhelming
No,
sleeves?
but it's just it's continuous because content doesn't end.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, I mean, but you're juggling 800 things. I'm sure 801 is going to be fine.
It's gonna be okay. It'll be okay. And I tell you truthfully, um, Picklemania
Yeah.
is is my nonprofit, and
Right.
it's tough, you know, it's
Yeah.
tough right now. It's tough to raise money. It's tough to it's kind of funny. I feel like I spent the first 3 or 4 years of Picklemania just convincing people that pickleball was real, right?
Yes.
Now that it's so real, and I'm so like I would never have had the experience of going and painting courts all over town and helping
Right.
start
Right.
open facilities and reach out to all these kids who would never have seen pickleball if I hadn't done that. But at the same time, it's like now that it's so big, everybody wants a pickleball fundraiser for their nonprofit. Everybody wants a pickleball tournament for this, that, or, which is great. But it's different being in that for me being in that nonprofit space right now. And
Yeah.
so that's what again, you know, it's like it's the door's not closing, but when one maybe starts to, you know, a little bit, then
Oh,
another one
for sure.
opens.
For sure.
And I think going in this direction, obviously everything I do, I want to go back to Picklemania because it is my baby. Um, so it's like I'm pausing for a second on one thing and then just like diving into this other thing, knowing that they'll all sort of come back together. Does
It
that make
will
sense?
because you've laid the foundation. You just pointed it out. You did all these things for years, and you've taught people, you've inspired people, and I think the hope, at least I would think, is the dream of other people sort of taking the baton and running
Yes.
with it a little bit. And
Yeah.
so those some of those things you can't control, obviously, but all you can do is lay down the groundwork and the foundation, and you've done that. And
Thank you.
your intent's good. Obviously, you're branching out, and I think the bigger you make your brand, the more it'll bring people into the fold. And ultimately, whether it's Picklemania, whether it's your coaching, whether it's people being inspired by you playing or the products you use or whatever it happens to be, you're bringing more people into the fold. And
Yep.
you're one of those people, you're sort of this Renaissance person you can do all these different things and still maintain a high level of integrity and play, which I
Thank
think
you.
are important and hard to do when there's a lot of things coming at you, opportunity wise, challenge wise. But I don't know.
So what
You,
time is
you
it?
seem to be pulling it
12?
off,
You're so precious. It's 12:45. I've had a drill session at
right?
5:30 this morning for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I have taught a 2 hours worth of lessons, and I've had an hour training session off court with my trainer, and now I'm on your pickle
Yeah.
on your podcast. And
Yeah.
it's
I'm exhausted
12:45.
watching your life.
Yeah, that's pretty much every day.
I know, Taylor. I mean, you and I trying to get together
I know.
and I'm not, this is
Ridiculous.
not a rip on you because I know
No,
your life and Mike from
you're
Active Bled
so
knows your
sweet.
life. And this is just the way it is.
So
And
sweet.
that's okay because what you're doing is amazing and cool. And I love watching it. And if I get time with you, it doesn't matter when, I know it'll
Thanks.
happen. I'm fine
So
with it and
sweet.
happy with it.
Well, and this is so fun, and I'm so grateful. And for you to sort of be for me to be able to tell people the new T2 stuff
Yeah.
is so fun. There's a new Facebook page, T2 Pickleball. There's a new YouTube channel, T2 Pickleball,
Yeah,
and a
all
new
the links will be in the
Instagram.
description of this video, folks. So go find those socials and
Thank
those
you.
those places to search her out. So before we let you go, Taylor, obviously the rest of 2026, we got we're only a quarter into this. What are you looking forward to the rest of the year?
So the new NPL stuff, so they changed from National Pickleball League to Champion Series Pickleball. And I think the reason the series piece is there versus the league name is because they've started this tournament series
Right.
for the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. And
Yeah.
I've played two of the events so far, the two that they've had this year. January, there was a tournament in St. Pete, and then this month, February, there was a tournament in Nashville, and I'm in Memphis, so that was just awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got to drive to a tournament for the first time in a long time. And I am so excited about this. I just think it's a really cool thing that they're doing. There's like a little split age
Yeah.
going
That's
on,
fun.
which is fun. And then seeing new people that are interested in the league is really,
Right.
really cool. I mean, there are a lot of really good, 50 plus
Oh
people.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they're having the league now for the 60s.
Which
And
I will be next year. So I
yes,
may go to the combine next year, a year from now.
please.
We'll see.
Oh, please, you should do it.
Yeah.
I would tell anybody and everybody, just do it. So when I went to the combine my first year,
Yeah.
and after that I was like, I don't even care if I get if I get drafted, that's great. But the combine alone, I met so many people. I played great pickleball for a whole weekend,
Yeah.
and I just thought, well, that was good enough for me. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And then I got drafted, and I mean, I just was so that was so fortunate. But then to win the second year and then have this third year under Boca and now going in for my fourth year
Right.
is crazy sounding. But at Boca, the Boca Surge is
Uh,
we talked a little bit about one of the things that has been so special to me about pickleball, and I think a lot of people would agree, are the relationships that I've made with
correct.
you, with Mike Patton,
Yeah.
with Rick, with the people that that's the most um like beneficial part of this for me is
I
just
would agree.
relationships. And so my team is just made up of all these precious people that I've become really close to. And while we weren't all together again last year, and we won't all be together again this year, um, they're there. They might be on other teams, but they will always be, my Boca people. And I just that for that, there's just not there's nothing that really is as meaningful in life as relationships and people and pickleball.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And you have an entire league of relationships now, a series, obviously, and your coaching will build more relationships. Obviously, your nonprofit has done that.
Yes.
And I think, just throwing out here before we go, that the defending World Cup champs should automatically get a bid back in
Thank you.
and
Thank
be
you.
able to defend.
Agree. I agree. I would love to see the team we had last year go out there and
Yeah,
and take
it just
charge.
makes it exciting for the tournament itself. Like, these are the defending champs. Will they defend?
That's right. I mean, we might not, because I
Right.
mean, we've got a target on our back now,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. You're not going to
people
sneak up on anybody.
people were going back home like, oh, we know what we got to go home and practice. The thing that was cool about that too is, like, I would love for that to turn into some international teaching opportunities, maybe.
Oh
If
yeah.
the women on the Israeli team, it was so interesting. We're like, could you please come and teach us?
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were like bless them. I mean, they're like 3035 people, because
Yeah, yeah,
that's why having the low duper helps. And
yeah,
so they were really, they're just so hungry. And so I'm looking forward to the relationships I made with some of the teams we played against, maybe seeing them again second
yeah,
year around, and bonding even more,
yeah,
and going over there and teaching.
yeah.
So cool.
Absolutely. Well, Taylor, I appreciate your time, folks.
Thanks. I
All the links in
appreciate
the
you.
description for what Taylor's doing these days, which is a whole bunch of stuff. So check her out. She will be a huge presence online, I think, very shortly as far as her teaching goes. And get a lesson. I can't imagine a better, more engaged person to get a lesson from. So thanks for your time, Taylor.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Mwah.
Hope you enjoyed our talk with Taylor T2. Check out all the links in the description to catch up with her. Check out her new podcast. All right, folks, you know what to do at the end of the day. Hey, let's pickle.